Namaste, witchlings. Oh, that is not. There we go. I prefer that. Hey, everybody. Drinking coffee. All right. Oh, I'm a dork. Give me a second. I'm having a day. I'm so glad it's Thursday, but let me tell you, this has been an entire freaking week of Monday. Just saying. Oh, that. Oh, that. That. All right. Just making sure Instagram was set up. Okay. Today, right, we are making sure I have my earbud in. There we go. It is Pride Month. I love Pride Month. So we are discussing being a member of the LGBTQ community in yoga spaces, particularly discussing homophobia and misconceptions about being LGBTQ in yoga spaces. Specifically, very specifically, the incredibly harmful stereotype that LGBTQ instructors are inherently predatory. Well, that LGBTQ people are predatory. This is a very complex issue with some very deep, and I'm here to shed some light on that. You know, the I'm just not comfortable with gay yoga instructor. What if they hit on me? You know, the whole there's 2 reasons men go into yoga: to hit on women or they're gay. Neither are true. Okay, yes, gay men do go into yoga, but it's not because they're gay. And no, men do not necessarily go into yoga to stare at the women contorting their body. There is so much more to yoga, but I digress. The I don't wanna get a yoga instructor. What if they hit on me while profoundly uncomfortable? Um, it is a very, very, very real fear, very real fear that so many individuals have, that they are so squicked out about the idea of a gay instructor hitting on them that they don't wanna go to class. I just excuse me, I it however, is rooted in some incredibly harmful misconceptions, both about the queer community and the nature of yoga itself. Because as I said, there's so much more to yoga than the asana. First and foremost, let's address the pink elephant in the room. Being queer does not equate to being predatory. This is an incredibly harmful stereotype, and it is homophobic and so dehumanizing. It paints an entire community with a very broad brush, and it ignores the diversity of individuals and of the experiences of those within it. I mean, it is very similar to the concept of men can't be friends with women, that too. I agree with you, Jared. Most of the guys who are, "Ew, I don't want a gay yoga instructor hitting on me," are, um yeah, they're very much flattering themselves. And it tends to go along hand in hand with the concept of men can't be friends with women, women can't be friends with men, because you can't be friends with someone you wanna fuck. So, bisexual people do not have friends, we only have prey. I mean, where does that leave me? I can't be friends with anybody because, I'm bi, so what does that leave me to be friends with? Oh, wait, that's where the dogs and cats come in. I can't have human friends. Yes. Secondly, yoga is about so much more than the physical postures. This is something I keep coming back to. It's about mindfulness, it's about self-awareness, and it's about a connection. A good yoga teacher, regardless of their sexual orientation or their gender identity, holds a sacred space for their students to explore these aspects of themselves. They are not there to pursue, a personal agenda. Yes, sometimes, you will make that kind of connection with a student. It does happen, I won't say it never happens. Is it unethical? It can be. If you pursue a relationship while that person is still your student or you are, in a student-teacher relationship still, it can be very unethical. So where does this fear of being hit on come from? It's probably probably a combination of things. First, there's the societal homophobia, I can talk, that paints queer individuals as deviant and dangerous, with the big scary, you know, monsters in the closet. There's also frequently a power dynamic inherent in any teacher-student relationship, which can be misconstrued, and sometimes it simply comes down to flat out ignorance and a lack of exposure. So, what can we do about this? First of all, education. I mean, basic. Yes. J I was going to say almost those exact words at some point. I wanted to mention that. That homophobia basically boils down to, in so many men, the fear that a gay man is going to treat them the way they treat most women. Education is crucial in fighting homophobia. It is truly educate yourselves, everyone out there, about queer issues and challenge everyone to fight back and push back against these stereotypes. I mean, especially in today's society where anyone who falls under the LGBTQ umbrella, especially if they even look at a child, is currently being accused of grooming that child for whatever means. And either to, have a relationship with that child that is inappropriate, or they are trying to recruit the child to their hedonistic lifestyle. So educating the general populace that we don't recruit to start with, and that we're not predatory in any way, at least not any more so than your average cougar or, guy. Um, that would be a good place to start. Next, open dialogue. Create safe spaces for dialogue and understanding within the yoga community because, well, we are literally everywhere. We're in your churches, we're in your yoga studios, we're in your gyms, we're in your libraries, we're in your schools. You know, there's a popular meme going around that says, "Be careful who you hate. You could be hating somebody you love." Support queer yoga teachers. Amplify the voices of queer teachers and create more inclusive yoga spaces. That's pretty simple. And as a student, choose wisely. Seek out teachers and studios that prioritize inclusivity and respect. I mean, that's a pretty simple, straightforward way of looking at it. Um, look for a studio that has rainbows. We want studios that are going to be inclusive, unless, you are that homophobic and you would really rather have a studio that agrees with your way of thinking, in which case, my studio is not for you. On that note, though, it is important to remember that yoga is a practice of compassion and non-judgment, both for ourselves and for others. Let's extend that compassion to our queer community members and create a space everyone feels safe, respected, and celebrated. I mean, the Christian God says to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Um, the golden rule in Christianity is to do unto others as you would have done unto you. The first of the eight, eight limbs of yoga in the yamas is ahimsa, non-harming. Every stinking culture has their version of harm none and non-harming, acceptance, love. Where have we gone so wrong recently that we have started preaching hate? Yesterday was the anniversary of the Pulse nightclub shooting, where The number of victims escapes me exactly right now, but they were murdered simply for existing as their own true selves. They were hated simply for being who they were. How, when every major religion claims to preach love, have we gone so wrong that we are now preaching hate? I'm going to leave us on that note tonight and say next week, I am so excited for next week. It's a very, very, very super secret special reveal next week. I hope you guys will join us. Um, I will start giving clues on Monday. I'm so excited. Um, I am having an author join us next week. She has 2 books, I believe, out on the market right now. One of them, is one of my favorite yoga books. She is a very relatable, very hilarious author to read. I am making my way through her book for the second time right now in preparation for having her. I am super excited. Um, but I'm not telling you who she is until Monday because I want you guys to be excited too. Um, because she is coming on to talk about her first book because we have something very special about her book that we are announcing Monday. So stay tuned. So much coming down the pike. I have the wrong QR code up for you guys because I need you guys to hop over to Patreon. What sucks is I have to have you guys sign up for the one of the paid levels for this because everything that is coming down the pike is going to be working with the Patreon. So please subscribe because I really want you guys to do this because we are going to have so much fun with this. Otherwise, yes, we are playing Blue's Clues. Um, otherwise, like, share, subscribe, do all of the things. You guys know the drill. Um, we also have a buy me a coffee link now because we all know this witch likes her coffee. Um, please spread love, spread joy, spread kindness. Tell your loved ones how much they love you on because um our Yoga with Dylan family has suffered a loss. Vanna, who we had as our guest last week, she has been one of my nearest and dearest. Um, her kitten, who was not a kitten anymore, she was 8. Vanna rescued her when she was 6 months old, and we lost Shade yesterday. So please share your love, tell your loved ones how much they mean. You do not know when the last time is, and I will see you all tomorrow for Daily Draw. Hasta luego.